Sometimes if you want a massive pump, you just gotta get down and dirty and let yourself get dumped on. Wow, if you would have bought Bitcoin in 8 of the last 10 Aprils, you would have had a yearly return by that next April of at least 1,000%. What I'm about to show you will destroy not only your perception of reality, but your trousers as well. And what is forming on these charts right now is something I need to bring your attention to because it is extremely big. I hope you're not eating while watching this video because I'm about to ruin your appetite and perhaps your will to live. Welcome back, everyone! I'm your host, Duncan12, and I come from the year 2069, and in the future, Bitcoiners rule the solar system, and instead of having babies, humans lay eggs, and our only source of nutrition is toothpaste like goo that we squeeze from a tube. Also, we don't have belly buttons, and Elon Musk launched all no-coiners straight into the sun, so it is truly a Bitcoin society. Absolutely very big. We are moments away from entering our 8th week trading between a critical long-term fettuccine level, and if there's ever been a quiet before the storm, that quiet is right now. In this webisode, we're going to be breaking down and showing you multiple patterns and charts to be watching for in both the immediate short term and as well over the next week. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those ghost notifications, and as well make sure to enter for our ultimate April competition, 5 ETH competition confirmed. And without any further ado, let's hippity hop into these charts. Tickle me once, shame on you. Tickle me twice, I might lay an egg. So guys, if we start here back in 2011 with Bitcoin, one thing we see right away is that beginning in April of all of these years, 3 consecutive years in a row, we've had one beginning at April and ending where we actually began that April lower than when we started it. And out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, 8 of those 10 years, April started lower than it ended up, meaning it went up throughout that year, and only 2 of those 10 years was Bitcoin lower in those Aprils. And again, obviously both of those were the bear markets of each respective year back here in 2014 and then back here in 2018 as well. So using extremely complex math and algorithms, we can determine 1, 2, 3, a pump, and then 1 a dump. 1, 2, 3, a pump, and then 1 a dump. 1, 2, 3, perhaps in this next coming 12-month period. Is that what we can expect? Absolutely. I mean, that goes without saying. Many of us are expecting this bull market to only be within the first inches of beginning this actual bull cycle, right? So everybody's expecting that, without a doubt, this next 12-month period, it should be extremely massive. And if it follows this simple pattern, then definitely most likely will also continue to be very bullish. And as well, it's also the case that historically, April has been a pretty decent month, okay? Back here in April of 2020, obviously recovering from March's crash, very big. Back here in April 2019, began a massive rally. That was actually really, I mean, it went from like 4,000 all the way up to that 14,000. That was very big. And then April of 2018 was one of the only green months in 2018. 2018 was absolutely one of the most stressful years of my life, absolutely. I watched my piggy bank go from, you know, enough for a couple snacks here and there to, well, sorry, Mom and Dad, you guys got any more room left in my old room? Just kidding, I suffered in silence alone in a very bleak apartment, absolutely pain. A lot of pain. April 2017, very nice greenage. April 2016, not really much happened. That was like a 4 or 5 month period of kind of sideways as we were entering that next bull market. And then April of 2015 actually was not a great month. It wasn't really down or up. It was just kind of, again, another sideways month. Kind of the same thing here for April 2014, but remember that was the equivalent of 2018, meaning entering a bear market there. April of 2013, pretty nice pumpage. And April of 2012, not really anything. April of 2011 was absolutely massive. That was, 77 cents up to $3.50. That was a pretty good month for Bitcoin. So basically the point is here, historically April's been pretty good. It's around that time of the year and of the cycle most of the time where it matches up, where it's, in the middle of something pretty exciting here. And yeah, I mean, for also reference, I mean, we have 6 months so far. Granted, if we close this month of March in just a few days above 46,000 US dollars, so unless we drop like $10,000 in the next 3 days, then this will be a green month. And this will be the first time that we've had six consecutive green months since back in 2012 into 2013. So it's been quite a few years where we set that record, and we're only a few days from setting that record now. Again, March is still not over, so we have a few days left, but like I said, unless we would drop $10,000 in the next 2 or 3 days, then this will be 6 consecutive months of green weekly explosion. But as well, let's take a look at Bitcoin, as it seems to be actually taking a tumble as we record, but we are not in any type of dubious position just yet. So we have a few patterns I want to look at. First of all, let's start here. So this is on the 6-hour chart, and this is very interesting. So this has been forming for the past 2 weeks, just a descending channel here, which most often they actually do break up more so than down. But again, this pattern could be 100% still valid if we get rejected kind of where we're at right now, and we actually spend the next few days potentially coming all the way down to 48,000 US dollars. Absolutely insane, right? People would be panicking, thinking, oh great, this is extremely bearish, and it very well could be in the short term. But for this pattern to play out, one of the scenarios that could happen is we could still see a massive, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 drop here over the next few days, and it would still be within the context of a longer bullish pattern. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying that is a scenario that I could see playing out, and people absolutely losing their cool over, right? People panicking and losing their minds if we do that. But again, this is in the wider context of a potentially bullish pattern. So again, there is a scenario where we drop to 49,000, and it's an amazingly bearish scenario, right? Just because we might go to 49,000 doesn't automatically mean, yeah, this is only a bullish pattern retracement and we're going to break up. There are always scenarios where we could keep going down, but I'm just saying this pattern would be totally normal to actually plummet to like 49,000 US dollars over even the next few days. However, this very short-term pattern, which I firmly believe we're going to see a resolution to over the next 12 to 24 hours. Ideally, I would love to see it break out once the week actually starts, so it's not on the weekend here. But yeah, you can see we spent so many hours actually just struggling right underneath this point of control. Full breakout targets all the way up here around 63,000 US dollars if this like 10-day pattern actually does break out here. If it does climax to completion. But yeah, with that being said, we could still get a move over the next few hours down to 54,000 US dollars, and this pattern would still be in play. However, if we do break 54,000, then that would be enough to where I would say, all right, this pattern's absolutely toast. It's absolute garbage. It's not going to work out. But with that being said, again, this pattern is still in play as long as we hold above 54,000 US dollars like I talked about yesterday. As I'm recording, that's about a $1,500 buffer to where we currently are. We're at 55.5, and if we went down to 54 even and broke that, then I would say, all right, you know what, this pattern's garbage, we're done. But we still haven't done that. Again, this is still in play, still something to watch for in the immediate short term. And then the 6-hour chart, like we talked about yesterday, again, this could take another week, another 2 weeks to play out. And with this bullish pattern, we could even see a big drop in the meantime before having a massive breakout. So again, this pattern's a little more dynamic. This one is pretty straightforward. If we break through 54, it's toast. If we start breaking out above 56.5, then that's a very big level of resistance. Then I think we have a really good shot to break 60, potentially all the way up to our full breakout of 63K. But most importantly, guys, what exactly just happened? Well, we got another rejection off the 21-day moving average. By far the most important thing going on right now. 21 moving average is absolutely critical. And look, we have not had a daily close above this just yet. We got so close yesterday. And I watched this happen. I was a little disappointed as I saw this candle close, and it was within mere inches of closing above it. And I mean, look at this, guys. It closed literally right under it. And it's very likely that we could close today's candle below it as well. Ultimately, I think that if we're going to break above the 21, I do think we're going to break above the 21-day this week, this coming work week. So over the next 5 days, starting like tomorrow. But yeah, I could still see a few more days of roughness, exactly like we saw the last time we tried to break above it. Remember, when we hit that 50-day moving average, when we came up, we didn't break through it right away. We didn't get a daily close right away. It took like 4 or 5 days, and then we ended up doing it. So again, looking for a scenario like that again, absolutely normal. It could still take a few more days, and then ultimately that's what we could do here and break above that. Again, you can see the same exact thing here. We had like one daily close, got pushed back underneath it, and then it took a few more days, but ultimately we did get above the 21-day. Nothing ultra bearish there. We have Ethereum getting rejected off of its 50-day right on the dot. So Ethereum looking absolutely disgusting. And then we have Sand as well. We talked about it yesterday, up to basically its new all-time high again today. And as well, I did get a couple questions about PRQ, so I want to talk about this as well. I still absolutely have my entire PRQ position. I mean, really not much has been happening here. This is, looking at this is a very interesting daily pattern. This goes back for the past 2 months, almost 2.5 months now. As you can see here, the structure is very interesting. We just basically have a floor around $1 and kind of a top around $1.70. So, I mean, again, you don't really see this type of pattern too much on charts. It's kind of like a rectangle pattern, which is, again, this is a very interesting, this is a very weird structure. So, ultimately, again, I'm still holding this one for the long haul. It's extremely, it's not a very big project at all. I think the upside is immense. The partnerships are very nice. The project itself is good. So I'm holding on to this one for the long term because people were asking in the comments, like, do you still have PRQ? What do you think about it? So I wanted to cover this one again. But yeah, the actual structure of this is just, it's very unique. We're basically in a rectangle pattern, which as far as I know is not actually a pattern. I've never really seen a pattern where it kind of just looks like a box. Very interesting. I don't know what's going on with this guy. But yeah, floor around $1, resistance around $1.70. That'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Just kind of weird price action, to be honest. And as well, the DXY is something we're going to be watching throughout this week as well to see if we get that continued resistance and potentially rejection here. This is our big level of rejection / resistance box here. Again, very pronounced over the past 6 years. I'm not going to zoom out again because I've already shown it so many times over the past few weeks, but this is the big area that I expect the DXY to get a downturn from. And again, getting a nice downturn here with the DXY will enable Bitcoin and alts to pump. Bitcoin's been kind of not pumping the last few weeks, and it's perfectly lined up with the DXY. So I think the DXY is having an impact here. So absolutely very important to watch that as well. But what do you guys think? Do you think April is going to be a bullish month? I personally think so. March was not very bullish. If you look at this chart, you can see March, we opened up March around 44.8 and we went all the way up to 62. So realistically, it wasn't a bad month. It was just not as exciting as some of these other months. And I think because we're so used to, look, we've had 6 straight green months in a row. We're so used to so much pumpage that this month, where we kind of just spent the last 2 or 3 weeks trading sideways and also downwards, it just makes it seem like it wasn't a very exciting month. But yeah, ultimately, are we going to get 7? Are we going to get 7 green monthly candles in a row? Well, so if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. Make sure to enter for our 5 ETH April competition below. You have a bunch of ways to enter and you can earn a bunch of points, and by doing it every single day you can earn even more points. And yeah, throughout the weeks we're going to add more little things that you can do to give yourself more entries. But as well, if you're interested in trading, make sure to check out our Bybit and Femex deposit bonuses and links below. Never trade unless you have experience and you're an absolute savage only. And without any further spladoosh, that's it for me. Bye bye!